Hey guys, Brendan, by the way, That Audio Guy. Today I'm going to be talking to you about sample rates and which one should be best for your project. So let's just jump in and figure out where that is first in Logic. So we're going to right-click, Customize Control Bar, Custom, and make sure this thing is selected, okay? Right here it says 44.1 kilohertz, and we have all of these options. And the higher number should be better, right? Because higher numbers are better. No, not necessarily. So what sample rate means is this is the rate at which your interface will capture audio per second. So in more simple terms, if you're recording a vocal and you have your sample rate set to 44.1 kilohertz, that means as your audio interface captures your voice going into your microphone, it will sample your voice 44,100 times per second. 48 kilohertz, it will sample your voice at 48,000 times per second. So if any of you have ever taken pictures, it's kind of like megapixels. The more megapixels you have, the more information that the camera is cramming into that picture. The higher number you go, the more samples it's capturing, which means the more stuff it's cramming into that audio file. So that will increase in your size of your file. That also will increase the CPU load because your computer has to process more samples as the time is going on. So what effect does sample rate have on your sound other than creating a big file? Your sample rate will determine the highest frequency that you can accurately reproduce in this digital realm. What does that mean? It's a lot simpler than it sounds. If you have a sample rate of 44,100 hertz, all you have to do is divide that by 2. So you will get 22,050 hertz. If you do 48K, you will get 24,000, and so on. Why would that matter? Well, human hearing is average of 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz. There's a couple people that can hear a little bit above 20K, and there's some people that can't hear 20K. So why does it matter to capture these sounds if we can't even hear them? Why not just record at 44.1 if we can only hear up to 20K? Well, let's look at it this way. If you are recording a live orchestra that has strings, it has brass, woodwinds, and all these instruments that have harmonics of a lot higher frequency, like up to, 30K or whatever, like a high flute or something, that is coming into your ear and your brain is processing that for you. But a computer doesn't think like you. You tell the computer, I want you to capture at 44.1. So I am telling you, you can only capture frequencies up to 22,000 hertz. Let's say you're playing that exact same orchestra. Well, there's information happening above frequencies that we can't hear, but the computer is picking those up, but because you've told it to cut off at that area, it doesn't know where to put them. So it starts putting them lower in the spectrum of the allotted area that you told it to capture. So what does that do? Well, it can create harmonics and dissonance that isn't naturally there because it has to make it up. It has to make up for that missed content that it's also picking up, but stick it somewhere else. Okay, that's called aliasing, where it creates these ghost things that are happening that aren't really there. So how do you avoid that? Well, it's simple. You raise your sample rate. If I were going to record an orchestra, I would prefer to do it at maybe 96K because then I can make sure that I am capturing all the nuances, all the harmonics and things that are going on. For you in your home studio, or you even in your semi-professional studio, I recommend just doing 48K because the things that you're most likely going to capture inside of a studio aren't even going to need anything above that. So you are just basically wasting CPU space and processing power. I know there's going to be people who argue against that, but I have recorded so many things on so many different sample rates, and 48K is plenty fine. I get things to sound just as good as I get them to sound on 192. It really doesn't matter. I have never recorded an orchestra. Hopefully one day I can. But in the meantime, 48K is just fine. So don't stress about, oh man, what do I need to do? My interface only goes up to 96. My interface doesn't even go to whatever. Who even cares? Just forget about it. You don't need to worry about these things so much, but it's good to know what they do and why they are there. So as a good general rule, I like to just go at 48K and 24-bit capturing. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully this helped clear up some messy details and things that you weren't quite sure about. And remember to subscribe to the YouTube channel and subscribe to my email list where I will send you exclusive content, and head over to the website and sign up there if you're not already a member. It will change your life, I promise. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you soon.